When potholes pop up in your asphalt, Johnson & Sons Paving will patch them up or replace the whole parking lot. Take a look at johnsonsonspaving.com. Sign a parking lot paving contract before May 31st, and you might just get me out on the job site working with the crew. Find full contest details at WTMJ.com/contests.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper-Fi.
SemperFiRoofing.com.
Trusted, relevant, locally owned, locally programmed. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 6 o'clock, it is 65 degrees, clear skies tonight. It'll be a low of 48 at the lake, 45 degrees inland. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Wyatt Barmore-Pooley. The driver accused of hitting and killing a 4-year-old girl on Tuesday, now formally charged with 6 felonies. Donald Creighton's primary charge is hit and run resulting in death after allegedly hitting Zakani Himes-Wilson and her mother, who was also injured. There appears to be a previous relationship between Creighton and the mother and daughter. Surveillance video shows him running back to the scene to check on them after being hit before driving off. The black Chevy Impala involved in the crash found abandoned, and Creighton then arrested after a police chase in a different vehicle. Tents remain up on the UW-Madison campus this afternoon. The 5th day of protests against the war in Gaza rolling on. WISC TV's Maddie Heimsch has the latest on this morning's negotiations between organizers and the university administration.
Student protesters told us the most that really came out of it was the promise of another negotiation tomorrow. Allegedly, campus leaders offered the presence of lawyers for Saturday's negotiation, hoping to find resolution before finals begin at the university. But students told us they were doubtful that their demands would be met then either.
This meeting would be pointless without disclosure of the UW Foundation's investments. Students remain firm that the only way to move this forward to our goal of divestment is with disclosure.
The university officially inviting organizers to meet at noon on Saturday, that coming out this evening. Not much progress made in negotiations either at UW-Milwaukee. Student organizer Samia Saeed tells WTMJ, that is.
We had the Vice Chancellor of Diversity and Inclusion stop by and just chat with us a little bit. There was nothing that addressed our demands. We haven't heard much from the university except for when they decide to disperse the encampments, they'll send out a warning.
Support for the encamped protesters coming from students at Marquette marching to join the encampment on Thursday. Shorewood High School students also staging a walkout before joining the encampment. While classes in Mount Horeb closed today, evening events are going to go on as scheduled. That's an attempt to bring back some normalcy after police killed a student with a gun outside Mount Horeb Middle School Wednesday.
The Mount Horeb Area School District will continue coaching staff today on how to fully support students, preparing for classes to resume on Monday. Wisconsin Office of School Safety Director Trish Kilpin talks about what comes next for the future of school safety.
We must simultaneously prioritize prevention, protection, having those secure entrances, mitigation, so when something happens that we're lessening the impact of that and we're reducing the trauma symptoms for our youth and our community, and then our response and our recovery are related to that.
Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
And Milwaukee Film has a new permanent CEO, and it's a familiar face. Interim CEO Ann Reed, who's been leading the organization since January, will keep the top job. Reed tells WTMJ how she got the gig after retiring from her role leading the Wisconsin Humane Society.
They were looking for someone to hold the interim time while they went ahead and did a typical search as you would do for a successor. And so there were some folks who knew that I had some relevant experience, I guess, and wasn't working. So that's how it came about.
Her first Milwaukee Film Festival posting a 10% gain in attendance in 2024 compared to last year. The festival just finishing up on April 25th. Sports, traffic, and weather coming up next. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 6:03.
This report sponsored by the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network.
Heart disease won't stop us. Diabetes won't slow us down. Allergies, high blood pressure, shoulder pain, cancer. Nothing will keep us from pushing Wisconsin ahead. Because with the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, forward progress is what we stand for. That means always pushing and always innovating. with new technologies and breakthrough treatments that make life better, whether we're sick or well. It means providing more convenience and more ways to receive medical excellence for all your health needs, for big and small. It means being there for you, our family, caring for yours. So let's keep raising the bar. Let's keep testing the limits of what medicine can do. Let's push ahead and make life here as great as it can be. Visit Freighter.com to find out how.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. When it's time to plant and grow your dream yard, we get you the right products at the right prices. Like all Livingston vegetable and flower seeds, 25% off MSRP. $3 off select 16-pound pails of Preen Weed Preventer. Assorted sizes of Technor Apex Zero G hoses, also $3 off. And with Mother's Day coming up, save 20% on assorted Dove chocolates. Plus, visit our outdoor garden centers, now open at select Blaine's Farm and Fleet stores.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after, an in-depth recap of every Bucks game in 6 minutes. No more, no less. Bucks in 6 provides game recaps for every game. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis.
Puts it on the floor, spins down the lane, and plunges it through.
Or the deep threes from Dame.
Dame time has arrived with 107.
Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. The Brewers showing their dominance at Wrigley. 3-1 final beating the Cubs today in a day game. Second game in the weekend series in Chicago will be on Saturday. Our coverage right here on WTMJ starts at 12:45. The NBA reportedly investigating Patrick Beverley's exchange with fans during the Milwaukee Bucks loss to the Pacers Thursday night that eliminated them from the NBA playoffs, involving a ball being thrown at fans. Beverley did not receive any discipline for his actions during the game itself. Taking a look at your roads, it is your Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic, and it looks like we're not really looking at a ton of accidents, but there are still a few lingering delays. Looks like 43 southbound is backed up starting from, it looks like Capitol Drive all the way up past Hampton, almost all the way to Silver Spring. 94 is slow headed eastbound in towards downtown from about a little bit past the Zoo interchange on through the stadium, and 894 westbound is slow coming out of the Mitchell.
Traffic is sponsored by Elkhart Lakes Road America, featuring 11 major races this summer. Race fans, start your engines. It's time to make plans for fast family fun at Elkhart Lakes Road America. 11 major races from vintage weekends to IndyCar. Go to roadamerica.com today.
Time for the WTMJ 5-day forecast. Clear skies tonight, a low of 48 at the lake, 45 degrees inland, mostly sunny skies on Saturday. We do have a chance of some showers and storms in the afternoon, though, a high of 68. Mostly sunny on Sunday again, a high of 62. Sunny skies continue on Monday, the high will be 63. And cloudy skies return Tuesday with showers likely, the high will be up to 68. Right now in Madison, it's 72. In Green Bay, it's 73. In Waukesha, it's 69. And in Milwaukee, it is 65 degrees. I'm Wyatt Barmore-Pooley. Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 6:07.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Max. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Max.
Good evening. How you doing? I am excited. Friday night, nice, warm, springy. And on the show tonight, tapping into events and happenings to know about, a special feature for all of us Ferris Bueller's Day Off fans. Updates on Milwaukee Film and Light the Hone. Tomorrow, the Kentucky Derby. And as a gal who grew up in Louisville, Kentucky, and all the hoopla surrounding the exciting annual event, I will welcome a special guest here in the WTMJ studio who is hosting a heck of a party tomorrow that also helps Hunger Task Force. So you're going to want to know about that. Cinco de Mayo also coming up this weekend. WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga shares some history and suggestions where to celebrate on Sunday. And the song you need to hear is performed by men in Mexican wrestling masks who happen to be taking the stage at Shank Hall tonight. So a little bit of a theme there, but it is Friday night. Let's have fun with your phone. Want to kick off with a ticket giveaway? Sure, why not? I have 3 pairs of tickets to give away before 7 tonight to see Little Big Town, November 8th at Fiserv Forum. Little Boondocks music as I make sure you know. Not only is this a cool show coming to town, they're celebrating their 25th anniversary. Multi-platinum, Grammy Award-winning Little Big Town, the Quartet, Karen Fairchild, Kimberly Schlappman, Philip Sweet, and Jimmy Westbrook. Every time I see them on an award show, they just seem like cool people to hang out with. On the lake, pontoon boat. Well, their U.S. tour is titled the Take Me Home Tour, and if you would like to be there, November 8th, with special guest Sugarland, who they collaborate with, and also Sisters from Georgia, the Castellos. If you want to be there November 8th on us, we'd love to treat you. Caller 25 in honor of their 25th anniversary. 855-616-1620. 855-616-1620. Caller 25, we love to set you up with free tickets to Little Big Town at Fiserv Forum on November 8th. And next, Ferris Bueller's Day Off fans, an interview and an event on Sunday that you want to know about. That is next on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Sleep apnea is a serious condition. And the worst part about it is, because it affects you while you're sleeping, you don't know what this condition is doing to you.
And it was scary because I found out that I was waking up 145 times an hour. 145 times. I was scared. I wasn't getting the sleep I needed.
And that's the thing. Someone like John wakes up after thinking he's slept all night, and he's been feeling run down for years, and finally finds out something really is wrong. This is why, for us, solving sleep apnea problems is so gratifying, because we really are changing lives.
I've had more energy. I'm getting better sleep. I've been told from my wife I don't snore. But honestly, it changed my life.
This is Dr. Madan Kandula. Solving your breathing triangle problems means a better quality of life, and you deserve that.
Go to AdventKnows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Results may vary.
Tony Drake here from Drake & Associates. Big news. Our Retirement Ready radio show is moving to a new time slot. Catch us at noon every Saturday. At Drake & Associates, we craft tailor-made plans that not only meet your financial needs, but align seamlessly with your unique lifestyle. Tune in at noon on Saturdays and get retirement ready.
Drake & Associates, LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates, LLC does not provide legal or tax advice.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Max on WTMJ.
What is this music you're hearing? You probably recognize it from an epic 80s movie. I'll tell you in just a moment after I say congratulations to our Little Big Town concert ticket winner. WTMJ fan Todd in Milwaukee is going to be seeing Little Big Town November 8th at Fiserv Forum on their Take Me Home tour. You have more chances to win. About 6:45. Try telling your smart device. Set an alarm for 6:45 for your next chance to win free concert tickets. And this music you're hearing is from the scene in the 1980s movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off, when Ferris is running frantically through backyards, going over fences, jumping over lawn chairs, through his entire neighborhood trying to beat his sister home, or else he gets busted for playing hooky all day. What a classic film. One of my favorites. That's a good song, too. I saw Ferris Bueller's Day Off in the cinema when it came out. It was a life-changing experience for a teenager, and it is great to have the chance to see this movie for the first time, or heck, for the umpteenth time, Sunday night at the Pabst Theater. And you can hear stories from actor Alan Ruck. He is the fellow who played Ferris Bueller's best buddy, Cameron Fry. You also saw him recently in Succession. So he's a very accomplished actor. Well, that post-movie Q&A going to be moderated by WTMJ's Vince Vitrano, who got to talk with Alan Ruck earlier this week.
I just knew it was a good part in the movie, and I was going to be acting with my friend. Broderick and I had been on Broadway together right before this movie, so we were already friends, and it just seemed like a natural extension.
Rooney, I don't have all day to bark at you, so I'm going to make this short and sweet.
I want my daughter out in front of the school in 10 minutes by herself. I don't want anybody...
What? It's too suspicious. He'll think something's up. Cover it. You talk.
I had the most fun the day that I pretended to be Mr. Peterson.
Ronnie! Ronnie! Yes. Listen here, pay attention. I changed my mind. I want you out in front of the school with her. I'd like to have a few words with you, by God.
If you think about it, it's kind of a love story in a way, because here's this guy who has got the world on a string. He could do anything he wants. He has this beautiful girlfriend. He could spend this day that he's ditching school any way he wants. And what does he decide to do? He decides to cheer up his mopey friend.
Makes me mad. Ladies and gentlemen, you're such a wonderful crowd. We'd like to play a little tune for you. It's one of my personal favorites. And I'd like to dedicate it to a young man who doesn't think he's seen anything good today. Cameron Fry, this one's for you.
Would you take me through shooting the car scene, not the Ferrari scene?
The 1961 Ferrari 250 GT, California.
Your car scene. He'll keep calling me,
He'll keep calling me. He'll keep calling me until I come over. He'll make me feel guilty.
I mean, one camera fixated on you, even as you leave the vehicle.
This is ridiculous, okay? I'll go.
John just said, you got to get in the car and get out of the car and get in the car and get out of the car. And he does this to you all the time. He makes you do stuff you don't want to do. And so let's see you really show some steely resolve and say, no, not this time, man. And then just completely cave.
I am not going to sit on my ass. As the events that affect me unfold to determine the course of my life, I'm going to take a stand. I'm going to defend it.
I think that was something that John did very well, is he honored kids' feelings and their hopes and dreams. And, you go through stuff when you're 16, 17, 18 years old, you get your heart broken or whatever, and people around you try to comfort you, and they say things like, in 10 years, 20 years, you're not even going to remember this. That might be true, but at the time, you're pretty sure you're dying.
You're not dying, you just can't think of anything good to do.
When Cameron was in Egypt's land, let my Cameron go.
Is there going to be a sequel?
Not to my knowledge. I mean, my joke has always been that they should wait until Broderick and I are somewhere deep into our 70s, and Cameron should be in a nursing home, and Ferris should come spring him out for the day and show him one last crazy time, one last crazy day in town, and then at the end of the movie, Cameron dies. That's what I think we should do.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
I was telling Vince Vitrano that when I saw Ferris Bueller's Day Off at the movies the very first time as a teenager, I'm a credit watcher as it is, but I was watching all the credits, and then you see that very last moment of Ferris Bueller still in his shower towel. You become a credit watcher your entire life after that, because you're waiting for the Easter eggs that are regular now in all the superhero movies. Alan Ruck of Ferris Bueller's Day Off on stage at the Pabst Theater after the screening of the movie. Vince Vitrano will host that Q&A Sunday night. PabstTheaterGroup.com if you want to get some of your best buddies and have a great time Sunday night at the movies with Alan Ruck and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Next, speaking of movies, there is news about Milwaukee Film and what Light the Hone has planned for this weekend. That's next on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
This is WTMJ's Steve Scafidi. We often talk about public safety on my show, the Political Power Hour. It is now that time of the year where we recognize those who go above and beyond their duty. If you know a first responder in your local community that exemplifies this kind of bravery, you can submit their story to WTMJ.com, but do so soon because we're closing entries by May 12th.
It's Steve Scaffidi's Salute to Service, presented by Waterstone Bank and sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
Hey there, I'm Sandy Max with WTMJ. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me. That is how my friend Lola describes her decision to move into the independent living at Three Pillars in beautiful Lake Country. They say life is just getting started at Three Pillars, and it's true. Nestled in a safe, serene setting on 300 nature-filled acres, activities, amenities galore. What more can you ask for in retirement? And really, what more could you want for your parents and loved ones? Get more info on the incredible opportunities to live at the top-rated senior living community in Wisconsin at the website threepillars.org.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Injuries happen, but you don't have to play in pain or stay on the sidelines. Whether it's your kids dealing with a sports injury, college athletes, or the rest of us weekend warriors, the experts at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin will quickly diagnose your problem, lay out a treatment plan that works for you, and get you back in the game. They fixed my knee. My mother-in-law is back on the dance floor with a new hip. These are the experts you can trust. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
Hi folks, this is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. With the weather getting warmer, our prices get even hotter. When you visit our showroom, you'll see all the finest brands of lights and ceiling fans. BBC is Wisconsin's largest supplier to new home builders, contractors, and designers. And we display all the famous brands such as Visual Comfort, Tech, Hubbard & Forge, and hundreds more. Our prices are the lowest. I guarantee it. There's something for everyone at BBC, including fun for the kids and our famous free popcorn. BBC is open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and on Saturday from 10 to 4. We are located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue, across from Sobelman's and Bachman Furniture, all near the Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
We've all experienced that feeling of lacing up a brand new pair of shoes.
And for some reason, it always felt like new shoes made you run faster, jump higher, and of course, look better.
Yeah, it was almost magical.
A brand new set of tires on your car or truck will instantly give you that same magical feeling.
Courtney, I couldn't agree with you more. A new set of treads always makes your vehicle look better, but more importantly, allows you to stop faster and grip the road a whole lot better.
Which is necessary when the weather is bad and driving conditions are poor. You'll appreciate having the extra traction.
Remember, there isn't a tire brand on the planet we can't get.
Everything from Goodyear Continental and Kelly to Dunlop, General, and Pirelli. If we sell it, we install it.
Plus, every tire we sell automatically comes with free flat tire repair. So be safe, buckle up, and hey, always make sure you've got good tread on your tires. I'm Brett Matchke with Rich Lawns. You're due for service.
Such a refreshing change. Rich Lawns.
This is What's on Tap with Sandy Max.
This is the local band Moonglow. They screened their music video for this song, Crystalline, at the Milwaukee Film Festival. And Milwaukee Film has some good news to report today. They had a 10% increase in attendance. Up 10% from last year's tally. Nearly over 32,000 people attended movies at the Oriental, the Times, the Downer, which is now reopened, and also at the Avalon. Good stuff, because this means there is a thriving, eager film-watching community. So it's very exciting. And also exciting is that they now have a permanent CEO. Anne Reed, who had become the interim CEO back in January, has seen her way now to actually be the permanent CEO, which is great. And she retired in 2022 after leading Wisconsin Humane Society for many years. But, you know, if leadership is your strength, people seem to notice. And we had her as a guest on January 23rd here on What's on Tap. Funny enough, the same day that Milwaukee Bucks coach Adrian Griffin got let go. And she's a big Bucks fan. So we talked Bucks, but we also talked about her vision for how she wanted to be part of Milwaukee Film and how she became the CEO.
When the folks at Milwaukee Film understood that their longtime leader, Jonathan Jackson, after 16 years, building the festival from basically nothing to one of the leading film festivals in the country, a real beacon across the country, and he was ready to move on. And so they were looking for someone to hold the interim time while they went ahead and did a typical search as you would do for a successor. There were some folks who knew that I had some relevant experience, I guess, and wasn't working. So that's how it came about. It is a privilege to carry that forward to the next stages.
Anne Reed, permanent CEO now of Milwaukee Film, and congratulations to her from all of us here at WTMJ. And exciting to know there will be a steady, positive future for Milwaukee Film, which has just grown so much over the past over 16 years for the Milwaukee Film Festival, but and now with the Downer opening, there's a lot of positive going on in our film area here. So this is all good news, and the top film that won the award for Best Feature Film at the Milwaukee Film Festival is a great documentary about a Milwaukeean called Remembering Gene Wilder. And I got the chance to see it. I can highly recommend it.
He embodied these characters, and we felt their humanity.
You'll never find another Gene Wilder. He was amazing.
I didn't think Jerry Silberman had the right ring to it. I wanted to be Wilder.
And the good news is that you will be able to see it at the Oriental Theater next week, which is just great to be able to see that documentary. And, Willy Wonka, Young Frankenstein, all the comedies with Richard Pryor. So keep an eye out for Remembering Gene Wilder. Even if you can't get to the theater, to the cinema, I have to think somebody's going to pick that up and get it on streaming. Now, you know that this weekend, tomorrow, is May the 4th. Oh. A lot of people are celebrating in their own way. It's going to be May the 4th all day and into the night, even including on Milwaukee's lakefront. Light the Hone. It's going to bring the Jedi Force to the bridge. Not only will there be colors on the bridge, but it's going to be a 10-minute Star Wars-themed light show. Green and red colors for sabers throughout the entire night, and at 8:45, a light show focused on Star Wars, colors, the universe, the whole thing will play. Producer Max, are you excited about May the 4th?
Oh, I love Star Wars.
Do you?
I'll definitely be getting into that.
And the other great thing is if you can't get to the lakefront, they have a live webcam on lightthehone.com.
Oh, yeah, I'll just put that stream up on the TV or something.
If you can't, that's true. Put it on the big screen. So check that out, Light the Hone, for May the 4th. But also, they're doing something very, very important on Sunday, on May 5th in the evening. The Milwaukee Fire Department and Light the Hone are partnering with the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation to honor and remember the 2 Wisconsin firefighters who lost their lives in the line of duty last year. And you are invited to go to the Summerfest parking lot on Erie Street, and you can attend this because it's going to be an evening of reflection, and the firefighters who have fallen from Wisconsin will be remembered with a brief reading of their service history, with participants flanked by fire apparatus and fire crews from around the area. And after a moment of silent prayer and reflection, the Hone Bridge is going to be illuminated in honor of the fallen in beautiful bright red. And if you want to go out and remember Wisconsin's fallen heroes, the 2 Wisconsin firefighters being specifically memorialized, Fire Chief Ted Yandre, Yandre, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that, but from the Lake Mills Fire Department, and fire paramedic Jeremiah Dunn from the Milwaukee Fire Department will be particularly remembered. That is Sunday at 8 at the Summerfest parking lot, and you can be part of this remembrance underneath the Hone Bridge and then see the Hone lit up in red all of Sunday night. I think that is a really poignant way to use the Hone Bridge. Obviously having fun and celebrating Star Wars Day, but also really to honor those who make our community a better place. And where can you find one of the best derby parties in Milwaukee? I got to tell you, as a gal who grew up in Louisville, Kentucky, I get homesick this time of year. So I sniff around and look into these opportunities. And if you look around, you'll find some fun parties. But I have a special guest coming in to tell us about a party. There, not only can you put on your big hat and your high heels, but you can do a really good deed for the Hunger Task Force. And this restaurant has been doing this for several years. You're going to meet the co-owner and find out just what they have in store, indoors and outdoors, tomorrow. And also, coming up on What's on Tap, Cinco de Mayo celebrations on Sunday. Some suggestions on where to celebrate there. Plus more little Big Town concert tickets that you can win before 7 o'clock. So we've got a good lineup of things going on this afternoon. And I'll go ahead and give you a hint on the restaurant that's having the big Kentucky Derby party tomorrow and some of the reasons that you should go. My name is Sandy Max. Well, the restaurant is Maxie's. So they are the ones having the big celebration over on 68th Street. And we are going to welcome the co-owner of Maxie's, Dan Seidner, to the WTMJ studio next. But right now it is time for an update from the WTMJ Breaking News Center. Here's Wyatt Barmore-Pooley.
Thanks, Sandy. An update on the hit-and-run case earlier this week that killed a 4-year-old girl. The suspect has now been formally charged. That is Donald Creighton. He is charged with hit-and-run causing death as well as 5 other felonies. He allegedly hit Zakani Himes Wilson and her mother, who was injured in the crash. There appears to be a previous relationship between Creighton and the mother and daughter. A criminal complaint says that the mother told investigators that she was dating Creighton as well as living with him. Surveillance video shows him running back to the scene to check on the pair after being hit before driving off. The black Chevy Impala involved in the crash found abandoned, and Creighton was actually arrested after a police chase in a separate vehicle. A stabbing after an argument along the River Walk in Frame Park in Waukesha this morning. 2 adult men were arguing when one used the knife of a multi-tool to stab the victim in the arm and chest. He also cut himself. Officers were in the area already. They arrested a male suspect 4 minutes later. Both men were treated at the hospital, luckily for non-life-threatening injuries. Charges are pending in that case. And President Biden is coming back to the Badger State. The president will be in Racine next Wednesday to deliver a speech and for a campaign event as well before heading down south to Chicago. No additional details on where he'll be stopping are available yet. It'll be the president's 4th visit to Wisconsin, the pivotal swing state in 2024. Taking a look at your roads, it's your Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic, and we've got a crash on the exit of Moreland Road northbound from 94 westbound. Doesn't look like it's causing a ton of delays, and it looks like the traffic is starting to sort itself out, but we're keeping an eye on those 3 problem spots. 43 southbound, still a lot of brake lights from Capitol Drive up to Hampton. Once you get down past Capitol towards Locust, it gets a little bit better. You'll see a couple minutes of delay on 94 through the stadium, and it looks like 894 westbound is still seeing some backups all the way from the Mitchell, really almost to the Hale, so you're going to see a little bit of a slowdown there. Time for the WTMJ 5-day forecast. Clear skies tonight, a low of 48. Mostly sunny with a chance of showers and storms in the afternoon. Tomorrow, a high of 68. Mostly sunny on Sunday and Monday, highs of 62 and 63. And on Tuesday, mostly cloudy, showers likely, a high of 68. Right now in downtown Milwaukee, it's 64 degrees. I'm Wyatt Barmore-Pooley. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 6:32.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Imagine your team always looking and feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with the Cintas Workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
What are we doing today?
One of the employee owners has an idea.
Who is it?
Casey Goodson.
Well, hi, you must be Casey Goodson.
That's me.
Casey has been with Kessler's for 22 years and became an owner 12 years ago.
We're excited to hear your idea, Casey.
I call it the One Collection.
But we've had special collections in the past.
What are you saying?
Casey, I think Rick is saying that this can't be the one collection because we've offered special collections in the past.
I'm not saying it's the first collection. It's a special collection of engagement rings for the woman that you know is the one. The one for you. The one forever.
What's in it?
Incredibly special rings for incredibly special women.
How much?
Most of them are between $725 and $2,800.
I like it.
I like it.
Me too.
When you have found the one, you'll find her ring waiting patiently for you to come and pick it up at Kessler's.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
There are surgeons lining up to be the one to do your joint replacement. But my advice? Exhaust all your options and put off joint replacement as long as you can. Make it your very last resort, because life after joint replacement isn't always what it's cracked up to be. As high as 30% of patients who have undergone joint replacement surgery report unsatisfactory results. And the cost, even with insurance, can be extraordinary. At Rejuvenex, we'll help ease your pain and improve your mobility with FDA-approved pharmacological treatments that precisely target where your pain lives. And by easing your pain and inflammation, we'll help you live a better life. And because we're in network with most major insurance plans, your out-of-pocket expense could be very affordable, or nothing at all. This is Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Clinics, where we can alleviate your pain and rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex. Alleviate your pain. Rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenex.com to request your appointment.
What's on Tap with Sandy Max is back on WTMJ.
Oh, you just heard my heart grow 3 sizes. I am Sandy Max, and as a gal who grew up in Louisville, Kentucky, the first Saturday in May is always a big deal to me. The Kentucky Derby is the epic event that you think it is. It's a tradition. The entire city gets around it, and heck, not just celebrating for the Kentucky Derby Day, but Louisville stretches it out. It's like a month-long celebration leading up to the running of the roses, and this year is the 150th Kentucky Derby. And you don't have to be in Louisville to soak it in and have a great time. You can have a really good time at an annual Kentucky Derby party at Maxie's. And I am thrilled to welcome to the WTMJ studio, co-owner of Maxie's, Dan Seidner.
Thank you for having me.
Dan, thank you for coming. And if you're not already watching on the WTMJ YouTube stream, I have had a wardrobe change. Not quite like a Diana Ross wardrobe change, but thank you for.
Look good.
But thank you for bringing me. Is this an official T-shirt you can get at Maxie's Derby Party tomorrow?
You can pick it up tomorrow, and there's going to be a few other things that you can buy. All of it is a 100% donation to Hunger Task Force, as is the entrance to get in and any raffle tickets you buy. There's a 50-50 raffle. There's a lot of prizes. There's bets that you can place that give you a chance. If you pick the right horse, you can win prizes. We can't do the cash thing, of course. But every dollar you spend is a donation to Hunger Task Force. So we've been doing this party for 17 years. It has grown a little bit every year, and I am very hopeful that tomorrow will be bigger and better than ever.
You raised a record amount last year for Hunger Task Force. How much?
Just over $20,000. I think it was $20,004. So we're hoping to get that number closer to 25 this year, but I never know until we're there.
What started the partnership with Hunger Task Force?
Joe Minch is my partner in all of our 4 restaurants, and both of us have a strong feeling that because we make our living from taking care of people who can dine out and can afford to dine out, that we need to direct some of our efforts back to people who don't have that luxury. So it's been a mission of ours. We've been supporting a number of charities, but Hunger Task Force has always been something we've supported. And I've gotten to know a lot of the people inside the organization. I'm just incredibly impressed with the work they do. They're not just in Milwaukee County. They're really now focusing and helping all over the state of Wisconsin. And they are work not just in making sure that everyone receives free food, but healthful food and receiving it with dignity. And they just put a lot of care into making sure that people are taken care of. And some of the things they do for seniors is just exceptional. It's from kids all the way up to the oldest of residents, and they go out of their way to do it right. So we're big fans of what they do.
Dan Seidner, co-owner of Maxie's, and throwing a heck of a derby party. 17 years. What started so now we know why you partner with Hunger Task Force, which is just, again, if you thought my heart grew 3 sizes hearing the trumpet with the call to the post, that just sincerity and that partnership makes me happy. How did this start with Kentucky Derby? Anybody from Louisville like me?
Well, no. In fact, I'm a Nebraska native. People ask me all the time where I'm from in the South, and I'm not. But I have had earlier in my life had the opportunity to spend a lot of time in the Carolinas, in Louisiana, in Tennessee, in Texas, and I just really fell in love with all things Southern, and in particular the cuisine. I am a firm believer that Southern cuisine is the best American cuisine. It's not even close. So when we moved to Milwaukee, wanted to do something that we considered to be an outpost of Southern cooking. We take it very seriously. We try very hard to make sure that everything we do is authentic. We spend a lot of time traveling and checking out great restaurants in the South. But as it happens, it was 17 years ago this weekend that we opened the doors of Maxie's. And knowing that we were opening, we thought, well, let's do a little fundraiser just to mark the occasion. And I think the first fundraiser, we raised about $400. And it was for Hunger Task Force, and it was around the Kentucky Derby. And we just started that year and have been doing it ever since. And, love the Derby. I think it's, again, just like I think Southern food is the greatest. The Kentucky Derby is a truly unique and American thing, and it's very special. And you're absolutely right. The whole city of Louisville, and if not the whole state, really gets behind it. It is a party. We do it for one day down there. It's done for weeks and weeks.
Well, you were talking about how Hunger Task Force serves people from young to old, and I feel like the Derby is for everybody. You can be a kid and be excited and enjoy the jockey silks and the colors and just the fast pace and the racing of it. And you can be older and want to just sit back, kick back, and sip a mint julep and enjoy it in that way. But there's something for everyone, even at your party.
Absolutely. And I think, and this, if you've only watched it at home, it's fun. They call it the 2 most exciting minutes in sports.
Yep.
But it is so much more exciting when you watch it with a bunch of other people. The energy that is created around the race when everybody's picked their horse, they've laid down their bet, and they're, you're gunning for the 3-1 or the 30-1. It doesn't matter. Everybody's going for it. And to be with a large group of people, and there will be around 600 or 700 people there tomorrow when the race goes off.
Indoors and outdoors.
And
But it's that whole energy,
the
like
energy
the build up,
fun.
and then the clang, that bell goes and those gates open.
Absolutely, and and then there's people throwing their tickets on the ground afterwards because they did not pick the winner, and those who did are very excited, and it really is fun, and you can do it. If you're a person who doesn't necessarily believe in gambling, hey, you can do it knowing that every penny you're spending is a fundraiser for Hunger Task Force. So it's we have 8 spots left in what we call the grandstand, which is reserved seating inside. We have 8 spots left in the clubhouse, which includes a meal. We put with hot browns and pimento cheese and fried chicken.
Oh, you are doing it right. Hot brown is a dish you can only get at the Brown Hotel in Louisville.
That's right.
Well done.
And then we also have general admission, which you can buy tonight at $20 a ticket on our website. Tomorrow at race day, it goes to $25. And again, 100% donation. So
what's that website?
www.maxies.mke.com.
MaxiesMKE.com.
Yep.
Get in to, and you also have the best dressed.
So
best hat, best dressed.
Huge part of the day is that, and it took a couple of years to get people into it, but now for the last several years, people really do dress. We have prizes for best dressed man, best dressed woman, best elegant hat, best fun hat. If you're in the mood to do something.
I've glued
clever.
Horses to a straw hat before.
Absolutely.
I'm no stranger to that.
Because it's taking place on May 4th, we're even doing a Star Wars category. If you want to do Derby/Star Wars thing. We're honoring that.
May the horse be with you.
May the horse be with you. Exactly. And we have best group. So if you're going with some friends and you want to do some kind of a theme or whatever it may be, you can, when you arrive, you have the opportunity to get photographed, and we will be happy to consider you. And we've got a team of judges walking around, figuring it out who wins. And it's right before the race is when we announce those winners. And again, along with the prizes for best guests, there's the prizes for winners. There's a raffle for several prizes. A ton of different businesses around town have been very generous to support us, especially a lot of other restaurants this year. A lot of other restaurants stepped up and gave us gift cards, which, again, for the same purposes I spoke of earlier, they wanted to support Hunger Task Force, and that meant a lot to us.
The culinary community coming together.
No, it's
I
strong,
love it.
and people really stepped up in particular this year. So we appreciate that very much, and we'll be talking about those sponsors tomorrow.
Great. 2 o'clock, doors
open at 2.
6 o'clock post time.
6 o'clock post time. There's reserve seating, but we have about 100 seats outside, 150 outside that are first come, first serve. So if you want to arrive at 2 and haven't gotten the reserved seating, you can still get a great spot. And the weather looks great tomorrow. We're going to have a beautiful day. And come on out. There literally is not a better Derby party in town. And as I said, and as you know, being a native, that moment when the horses go off is a ton of fun. So you might as well come on down, be part of it, help a great cause, and we hope we see you.
What's that website?
www.maxis/mke.com.
Maxie's co-owner, Dan Seidner, thank you, because I know you got a lot going on tomorrow, so thank you for taking time to stop by and visit us here at WTMJ.
Thanks for showing interest in what we're doing, and let's make it a great race day.
You know it. Your chance to win Little Big Town tickets next on WTMJ.
Each day, there's a sliver of time when you can almost breathe freely, and you feel better when you can. But you know that eventually that sliver of time closes, along with your nose. It puts a damper on your day every day. So you pop a pill or you take a spray to try to get that relief back. But it's always short-lived. And all the while in your efforts to give yourself relief, you may be making your nasal breathing problems worse. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula, and a simple in-office procedure from Advent called balloon sinuplasty could be the fast and convenient answer to your breathing triangle problems. Advent has been a leader in this procedure, which can be hard to find elsewhere. It's simple, there's little to no downtime, and it really can be life-changing.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Breathe well with simple solutions. Breathe well with simple solutions. AdventKnows.com.
Results may vary.
True Chicago-style pizza is thin, crispy, and cut into squares. And thanks to Connie's Frozen Pizza, you can enjoy a true slice of the city. You'll enjoy it so much you won't even mind where it comes from. Connie's Frozen Pizzas are made from the same cornmeal crust Connie's has been serving for over 60 years. They're perfectly cheesy, perfectly saucy, and they're exactly what you crave. Get to know the true Chicago style with Connie's Frozen Pizza. Born in Chicago, loved by cheeseheads. Available in a freezer aisle near you.
Window.
Do you know that we have over 8 different ways to install a replacement window? Most companies only have one. Not all homes are built the same, look the same, or even have the same old windows to remove. So how can you only have one way to install them? The answer is simple. It's quick and easy. Well, that's not us, and it will never be us. You can have peace of mind that the install we recommend is the one that will last a lifetime. If you want your windows installed only once and done right the first time, then call Abby today. And if somebody asks you if you know a guy in the business, you can say no, but I know a girl.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. When it's time to plant and grow your dream yard, we get you the right products at the right prices. Like half off 1 cubic foot bags of Miracle Grow garden soil, $5 off assorted Fiskars specialty garden tools. New at Blaine's, a 42-inch Cub Cadet Hydro lawn tractor, $250 off. And with Mother's Day coming up, women's Western Chief floral rubber boots, $39.99. Plus, visit our outdoor garden centers, now open at select Blaine's Farm and Fleet stores.
Hey, John Mercure here for Floor Coverings International. They just did the flooring in our house, and it is stunning. Carpet, luxury vinyl plank, in and out quickly. They rolled up with that mobile flooring showroom. Incredible. Came in, walked us through everything. The installation was quick and easy, and it is absolutely gorgeous. FCI, the stars of flooring. Each Floor Covering International business is independently owned and operated. They are the real deal. Go to FCIFloors.com for a free consultation. They'll transform your home. FCIFloors.com.
There's an amazing supper club in Wisconsin Dells, Ish Nala, nestled among the pines and perched above the sandstone bluffs of Mirror Lake. The beauty, the history, the service, the food, the fun. Hi, this is Bob Prosser, owner of Ish Nala Supper Club in Wisconsin Dells. I've been a part of Ish Nala since 1973, and I am so proud to continue the tradition that began in 1953. Why not enjoy a brandy old-fashioned in one of our bars? Each with a spectacular view overlooking Mirror Lake, or just relax before or after dinner on one of our outdoor decks. Our Ish Nala chefs have prepared your favorites: 24-ounce ribeye, cold water lobster tails, North Atlantic salmon, and of course, Ish Nala's roast duck. Thank you for making Ish Nala Wisconsin's favorite supper club, where the only thing we overlook is Mirror Lake. I'm Bob Prosser, and I want to serve you.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
I'm Sandy Max, and celebrating culture and creativity in Wisconsin and around the world, we got to shine a light on Cinco de Mayo coming up on Sunday, and WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga shares some history and some places to celebrate.
Here we go. It's another cultural holiday. So let's party. Break out the sombreros. It's time to celebrate Mexican independence. Yeah, that's a common misconception. But really, it's not that at all. In reality, Cinco de Mayo has significance to a relatively small section of the Mexican population. According to Marquette Department of History professor Sergio Gonzalez, it actually has to do with a battle.
Cinco de Mayo is a celebration that goes back to the defeat of the French army in 1862 in the city of Puebla, Mexico.
Think of it as one of those battles where the home team, Mexico, totally outnumbered, emerges victorious against the huge aggressor, France. Think Sparta versus the Persians at the Battle of Thermopylae.
This is Sparta!
Ultimately, they lost the war, though, but for people of Puebla, Mexico, it was a pretty big deal.
Since then, there's been a commemoration of this big battle on Cinco de Mayo, on the 5th of May, and throughout the country of Mexico and among many Mexicans, is an important day. However, it is not actually Mexican Independence Day, as I think a lot of Americans sometimes confuse it to be.
Aha, so it's not what we thought, but still, we here in Milwaukee, of Mexican heritage or not, have never shied away from having a great time. So how has this one been celebrated?
Well, I think since the 1920s and 1930s, Mexican immigrants in the city of Milwaukee and across the state have held a number of different cultural celebrations. But again, the much larger celebration comes around September 16th, which is the National Day of Independence for the country of Mexico.
So we have yet another celebration to look forward to in September. For this Cinco de Mayo, head on out to your local Mexican restaurant like the Zocalo Food Truck Park on South 6th Street, or maybe other festivals like at UMass on South Chase Avenue, who's hosting a Cinco de Mayo festival this Saturday. There's even a restaurant called Cinco de Mayo Festival right on Morgan Avenue. Our own Libby Collins has the full interview with Professor Gonzalez this Sunday on Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News. Feliz Cinco de Mayo a todos! Debbie Lazaga, WTMJ News.
Muy bien, Debbie, muy bien, and happy Cinco de Mayo. Now you know where you can celebrate. And as I was looking into Cinco de Mayo, you realize this is Little Big Town. We have a song that sounds like it would fit right in Cinco de Mayo. This is called Wine, Beer, and Whiskey. Maybe they'll play it when they're at Fiserv Forum on November 8th. Little Big Town, the Take Me Home tour is coming November 8th to Fiserv Forum, along with Sugarland and the Castellos. And if you would like to be there, it is our pleasure here at WTMJ to set two winners up with tickets right now. 855-616-1620. Call 855-616-1620. Callers 10 and 11 will score a free pair of tickets to see Little Big Town November 8th at Fiserv Forum. Good luck.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Catch my full conversation with Dr. Mike Nolte coming up in this weekend Sunday Sip, 9:20 a.m. Sunday morning on WTMJ.
So when our parents were moving from the farm to town when they retired, all these old pieces had to go somewhere because they were getting a smaller place. So we each got some furniture.
Ben and Arvid Huth from Penny Mustard Furnishings.
There was one piece that still had our grandmother's name on it. It was the delivery ticket, basically. It was on the back of the piece, written with lead pencil. And instead of an address, it just said her name, Boyd, Wisconsin. That was the delivery
Back then, that's all you needed for an address.
Yeah.
That was the piece of furniture that all five of us kids wanted. You know, of all the furniture, that had grandma's name on it.
Today, I tell people that ask me, like, okay, I bought this piece of heirloom furniture. Is there anything special I should do with it? Flip it over, turn it around, take a magic marker, and write on that thing your name, when you bought this, where you bought it from, why you bought it. That piece will be cherished in your family for centuries to come.
People want to be connected to their ancestors a little bit, and this is one way of doing that.
And the furniture we're building today, 300 years from now, somebody's going to be like, wow, that thing was well built for its time.
PennyMustard.com.
Spring fishing is finally here, and Fleet Farm has everything you need to reel in more fish this year. Upgrade your gear with the best brands like Rapala, Berkeley, and St. Croix. Find exclusive flicker sheds you won't find anywhere else, starting at $12.99. Get rod and reel combos starting at only $24.99. And shop our wide selection of fishing line that starts at just $4.99. Land top fishing gear and everything else you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm.
And now, feast your ears. This is the song you need to hear.
Most blokes are going to be playing at 10. These go to 11.
Cinco de Mayo on your mind, and the band Los Straitjackets wear luchador masks like Mexican wrestlers and perform virtuoso guitar-based surf rock instrumentals. They are one of my favorite bands, and they're at Shank Hall tonight, including Daddy-O Grande, one of the original members, making a rare appearance on stage at Shank Hall tonight. And if you want an idea of what they sound like, it is my pleasure to play for you the song you need to hear tonight, their version of Sing, Sing, Sing. It's Los Straitjackets and the song you need to hear on What's on Tap. The sounds of Los Straitjackets performing tonight at Shank Hall. Maybe you've seen him at Summerfest. Maybe you've seen him back at River Splash back in the day. Don't miss him tonight if you can. Los Straitjackets. I'm Sandy Max. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Have a great weekend. Meet you back here next week on What's on Tap.
Hey, this is Steve Scafidi for Advent. I had some snoring issues that kept my wife up at night. That led to poor sleep and a lot of tired mornings on the radio, and nobody wants that, trust me. Put it simply, my nose wasn't working the way it should. I decided to go to Advent for a quick 30-minute visit, one of their great facilities, talk to a bunch of their doctors. They really put me at ease. After a really simple sleep study at home, in my own bed, they determined the root cause of my problem had to do with my sinuses and nasal passages in my breathing triangle. I didn't even know I had a breathing triangle, so I went to see Advent. After a short procedure done in office, I'm back to breathing well, and my wife and I are both back to sleeping through the whole night. The best sleep we've ever had, that could be you. If you struggle with restless nights like I did, take the time to see how Advent can help. To find out how breathing well and sleeping well can make your life and your nights a whole lot better, go to AdventKnows.com, schedule an appointment today. Because Advent knows, when you breathe well, you live better.
With all the positive Google reviews continuing to pour in for Rich Lawn's Tire and Service Centers, we want you to know we appreciate you.
You were due for service, we delivered, and then you went the extra mile and wrote a few kind words about the service you experienced.
Yeah, thank you so much. Michael, Glenn, Jeff, Lisa, Carol, Jason, John,
Wait,
Michelle,
hang on a
Ryan.
second, Dad. As fun as it may be to name every single person who's ever left us a Google review, there just isn't enough time. We get 60 seconds, and I'd say we've got about 28 left.
Ah, good point, Courtney.
Listen, we appreciate every last one of you for helping us maintain a nearly 5-star Google rating. And we're going to keep on shooting for the stars, especially when it comes to providing top-notch auto repair service.
Yep, and remember, be safe, buckle up, and hey, always make sure you've got good tread on your tires. Peter, Bruce, Samantha, Kimberly, Nick, Heather,
Oh,
Marissa,
Dad.
George, Jeremy, Diane, Brad,
This is WTMJ Steve Scafidi. A few years ago when my shed was struck by lightning and burned down in my backyard, I wish I knew Jeff and Jake at Loyal Family Renovations. If your home has suffered storm damage, don't stress any longer. Loyal Family provides free damage inspections. They also treat their customers like their family and treat every project as if they're working on their own home. Loyal Family is family-owned, and the loyalty belongs to their customers. Contact them today to help make your home remodeling dreams a reality. LoyalFamilyRenovations.com.
It started with a prediction.
Go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
You can't beat Bernhardt. Sports lovers love us.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Your trusted and relevant source for news, sports, traffic,